to cast their ballots today.
All right, let's quickly cross over to Rivers State, where we have our correspondent Uche Okoro standing by to bring us up to speed. Uche, what has been the situation with accreditation and voting in the state?
Accreditation and voting has commenced in many parts of the state. Right now, I'm in initial challenge of the delay in the deployment of materials from the racks to the very was experienced in many parts of the state. It was a general experience in many of the local governments, especially here in Port Harcourt metropolis. But good to know that the voting exercise has commenced in many areas. Right now, I am in Ward 8. This is precisely the polling unit of the governor of Rivers State. Yes, Ezimo Wike just behind me. Moments ago, he was finally able to cast his vote after the initial delay for over 25 minutes, about 30 minutes. The governor and his wife were left standing, waiting for the beavers to respond. They had to retire back to their family house, very close to this location, and about an hour later, they were asked to return, and eventually the governor has cast his vote. But unfortunately, the governor's wife, the first lady, up till this moment, has been unable to cast her vote. She has retired back to the family house again, expecting to return for the second time to try again to cast her vote. So that's the situation here. The delays, majority of the delays that we've experienced in the state are the result of challenges or failure of the beavers to do its job.
Despite the delay, we still see a huge number of persons right behind you. What is the level, what is behind this enthusiasm that despite the delay, people are willing to wait to cast their ballot?
You're actually very spot on. You're spot on in your observation. And what you're seeing behind me isn't just in this particular polling unit. Across the state, there seems to be from my observation for now, I'll say that there is it's appreciable the level of turnout. I certainly cannot say that voter apathy is a thing in this election. I've covered this will be my third general election in Rivers State, and I can tell you that all 3 times I have come to this particular polling unit, but of all 3 times, this is the first time that I am seeing this kind of crowd at this polling unit. And of course, when I say elections, I mean general election and state and local government elections. I've always come to this particular polling unit, and this is the first time I'm seeing this amount of people queuing to cast their vote. So it paints a picture of what's going on across many parts of the state. People are more eager now than ever before to participate in this all-important electoral exercise.
How about persons with special needs? What has been the nature of how the electoral officers are addressing their matter?
Well, I can't say there's anything special that the commission is doing for such persons. I can't say there's anything special. I've cited 1 or 2 persons who I've seen on. I think I saw one on a wheelchair. I saw the other one trying to navigate this area using crutches and walking sticks and so on. But I can't specifically say anything special is being done for them. But one thing the presiding officers here have been able to achieve is maintain law and order in terms of controlling the crowd at the queues, ensuring that there is one line for men, as you can see behind me, and another line for women. But there is no line specifically for people and persons with disabilities. What I believe happens is they don't have to queue. Once they come here, they go straight to the to the front to the canopies, and they are attended to immediately. Outside that, there's nothing else is being done for them. But what we know is that there are 2 lines, one for men, one for women, and while those special needs are required to just go straight to the presiding officers, where they'll be accredited and handed their ballot papers to cast their votes.
Now, I'm sure you've moved around the state. Give us a sense of what the security situation is.
Well, security situation in Port Harcourt, in River State, so far, so good. Because if you go down history lane, if you go down memory lane in River State, just as far back as in fact, as far back as just as recent as the last local government election that was conducted, almost every electoral process, election in River State is usually trailed by violence. Before this time, in the past, we're already getting reports of people being attacked, journalists being attacked already before this time. But so far, so good. It's been minimal. I say that because in Opobo, there's been report of journalists being attacked. In a place like Abua, we've also gotten Abua local government area. We've also gotten a few reports of ballot box snatching in those areas. But by and large, it's not been as widespread as we expected it to be, because River State, apart from blazing the trail in the peculiar nature of their politics, they also blaze the trail when it comes to very tense high tempo elections. But so far so good in River State. It's been generally peaceful compared to the last two general elections. So River State it's a pretty sensitive state, so much so that right now on the ground here in the state we have 4 commissioners of police and 1 assistant inspector general of police. Just moments ago, I had an interview with one of the commissioners of police assigned for this senatorial district, and he has given the process pass mark so far.
Uche Okoro, thank you for bringing us up to speed. We'll definitely get back to you for more updates. All right, let's get your reaction.